Hi, I'm Tony Fleming. Welcome to Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey, we just got this pretty spectacular piece in. It's a 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo, and I just pulled the original window sticker off it. Priced at $184,064, and we're actually selling this car. It's February '09. We're selling this car for $109,000, which is a great buy. It's a 5,000 mile car. It is absolutely, you know, you can't say a car is flawless, regardless of whether it's new or not, but this car is as flawless a car with some miles on it that I've ever seen. So we'll take a walk around for a minute. The black paint is absolutely spectacular. These are the upgraded factory rims. They charge extra for these. They're 19s with Pirelli P0s on them. They're factory chromes too. You know, it's hard to talk about this car because this car just has so many things on it that make it spectacular. You look at the brake rotors, for instance. Like, the brake rotors are two-piece. The centers are cut out. They're vented. They're cross-drilled. They just have spectacular clamping ability. It also has the bi-xenon headlights, incredible air intake. Just a beautiful, beautiful snout on this car. It's just spectacular to look at. The interior, by the way, is all leather. Not only are the seats leather, and by the way, this has the optional electric seats, but the door panels, all leather. The dashboard, completely covered in leather. Sills are leather. And Justin, if you could, take a peek at this headliner. The headliner is Alcantara, and it's absolutely sumptuous. You know, it's hard to get over the performance of this car. You know, Lamborghinis have been great for a long time, performance-wise, but they've never really been known for their reliability and the fact that they could stay on the road and not be expensive to maintain. Audi bought them and injected some of their German quality into the Italian part of them that the Germans could never pull off. So you look at this car and there's no doubt in my mind that the car is still Italian, but it's spectacular in the sense that, like, the sound of the doors closing. The console is nice and tight. The shifter is nice and gated. The steering wheel feels good. This is not a kit car, you know, 80s vintage Lamborghini. Look at these. I get back to these brakes for a minute. Can you come down here and look at these things? Look at the size of this caliper. It is absolutely enormous. You have to have 19-inch wheels, otherwise they wouldn't fit. But you're talking about 500 horsepower, 6-speed. And you know what a lot of people don't know is that the Gallardo is actually all-wheel drive. And it can transfer power depending on wheel slippage, more up front, more in back. Also has a sport mode, and you can also disengage some of the stability management controls if you decide to take this car to the track. This car, from what we're told, has never been to the track, just somebody's garaged baby that they loved. I mean, this is a 4-year-old car with 5,000 miles on it. We're talking 1,000 miles a year, maybe just a little over. I mean, it's hard to believe, but it is spectacular. I mean, the paint is absolutely stunning on this car. But what you need to do is come inside for a second and take a peek. You know, everybody has an exotic car, and everybody has a claim to fame of beauty, but like, when you look at the outside of this car, nobody's ever been able to replicate what the Italians have done in design. You know, the Italians really are on the forefront of design, and they're also on the forefront of electronics now. Most of the F1 racing includes Pirelli electronic systems. This one here, 210 mile an hour speedometer, 10,000 RPM tach, 8,000 RPM redline. Gated shifter. You know what? A lot of people love the paddles and things like that. There's nothing that makes the sound of rowing through a gated shifter. Click, 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 click. Dual zone climate control, separate for over here, separate for over here. You know, they've made these cars really, not only are they super high performance, in the old days they were just flat out fast, but they had horrible ventilation systems, they had, you know, subpar brakes. This is not the case anymore. You're talking about top high-end digital sound systems, excellent heating and air conditioning controls, electronic stability protection, front and rear driving lights, a lap timer, and just a great, great car. How about I go ahead and start it for you so you can hear how it sounds. You know what? I got a better idea. Let's go ahead and take it for a drive. Listen to this thing go. Just makes a nice sound, nice and snappy. It's super tight feeling. It's just there's no rattles. It's not your old style Lamborghini. It's just, you can clearly see that Audi's had their hand in this car. You know, of people don't know about that Gallardo is that it's all-wheel drive. And with 500 horsepower in the back, a 6-speed all-wheel drive, these things have great 0 to 60 time. Not that this is going to be your foul weather car, but you know, if it rains, it's nice to have the all-wheel drive planted feeling. And I mean, they're super luxurious. Of course, they're expensive, but the fit and finish is excellent. Chance of you running into yourself in another Gallardo somewhere is probably pretty minimal, pretty slim. And I gotta tell you what, I like the black because it's kind of stealthy. It's not a bright red car. It's not in your face. It's kind of like, hey, I love sports cars. I love exotic stuff, but I don't have to have bright red. Not to say that I don't think bright red's nice. Anyway, nice digital high-end premium sound. 210 mile an hour speedometer. 8,000 RPM redline too, which is interesting on a V10 because the V10s are kind of long. They have a long crankshaft, so I think they've done a great job with it. These have really turned out to be very reliable. You know, you read on the blogs that they're not problematic cars. I think it's great. It's very comfortable. Justin, what do you think?
I love it.
Justin's in too. Hey, we're at Flemings Ultimate Garage, our first test drive video. And I hope we don't bore you with it, but it's hard not to get excited riding a Gallardo. But we're stuck in traffic. I think it's best we don't go too fast, and whoever's going to get this nice new car's car. We're going to get off here at Montrose Road. Actually, there's a little bit of storage in here. Car cover. This is a factory car cover. It's actually printed on the window sticker. Toolkit. Soft bags go there. A couple more soft bags behind the seat. But the truth is, we really don't care about all that. Let's walk back here and see what makes all that racket. 5-liter, 40 valve, all aluminum alloy, V10, 500 horsepower, and it's a real 500 horsepower. This is not the days in the 80s where 500 horsepower is measured at the crankshaft. It's 500 horsepower coming out of those axles, and it's a real 500. And it rolls on down the road. And the great thing about this car, man, is that forget that it's got 500 horsepower, but it's got 500 horsepower, can lay all that power down with the all-wheel drive. Limited slip differentials, just a spectacular car. And it's safe, man. It's got an incredible frame around it. It's got throat airbags, it's got head airbags, it's got dual front airbags, it's got seatbelt pretensioners. What it has the best of all the German safety and engineering features that make those cars really feel vault-like without getting in the way of the Italian style and performance. So those guys somehow, I don't know how, and I don't know how they bridged the communication gap, but those guys all got together and they built what I believe to be one of the greatest cars ever. We're Flemings Ultimate Garage. I'm super proud to present this car, a 5,000 mile, 2005 Gallardo, 301-816-1000.